Hello everyone. In this video, I'll be translating and summarizing the latest Urdu broadcast by Sabir Shakir to make it accessible for our English-speaking audience. Let's go through the key developments and insights in Sabir Shakir's words. On one hand, a bloody war has broken out between Israel and Iran, and relentless attacks are ongoing, due to which the entire region is engulfed in the horrors of war. Pakistan's defense system is currently on full alert, high alert and red alert because any mischief could occur at any time. Pakistan can never expect goodwill from Israel. On the other hand, internal chaos within our country is also at its peak. Political revenge is at its height. The fascist regime is not ready to reform itself. The visit of Field Marshal General Asim Munir to the United States has also become controversial and marred with disputes. Overseas Pakistanis, Pakistani professionals, and the Pakistani diaspora have announced full-scale protests regarding the Field Marshal's visit. Before the visit, what is being said there about him and his governance? What is the educated class, the political elite and the intellectual elite of that country writing? Because in American society, what matters is the opinion of this segment. On one side, there is us and this fascist regime which has hired lobbyists, paid agents who lobby for them there. On the other side, what is the intelligentsia writing? The American journal Harvard International Review has published a report. According to the report, on May 9, 2023, the widespread public protests against the arrest of Pakistan's most popular leader, Imran Khan, paralyzed the country. But, this day also became a turning point in the country's political landscape as Pakistan's intelligence agency, ISI, launched operations to arrest protesters. Citizens were charged with terrorism, arrested without warrants in violation of privacy rights, phone calls were tapped, media censorship increased, and journalists were abducted. Treason and sedition charges were filed. Political workers, especially those of Pakistan Tehreek-e-Insaf or PTI, were subjected to vengeance. According to the report, in the past 2 years, the military has established extensive influence over government formation in Pakistan and has taken several steps to institutionalize its authoritarian powers. These powers have been used to interfere in elections and control political decisions. The Harvard International Review report states that with legislation such as the Official Secrets Amendment Act and the 26th Amendment, dictatorship and authoritarian rule in the country have gradually taken an institutional form. Under the title of Legislation and Surveillance, the report describes the government's first anti-democratic step as the amendment to the Official Secrets Act. Although claimed to be for national security, this severely harmed civil liberties and raised questions about the status of Pakistan's parliamentary system. This law expanded the powers and jurisdiction of ISI and intelligence agencies, increased penalties, and granted state institutions more authority to surveil citizens. ISI was given the authority to monitor people's digital activities, an intrusion into private lives, freedom, and the social sphere. Previously, intelligence agencies required court permission to access personal data, but now ISI has unrestricted access. Despite the amendment, many sensitive matters were left vague and ambiguous so that intelligence agencies could interpret them as they wished. According to the report, legislation has empowered agencies to criminalize the spread of sensitive information through digital means. This paved the way for political victimization and, under this guise, actions like internet shutdowns were implemented. Thus, this has become a legal weapon for intelligence agencies to take oppressive measures in the name of national security. State-sponsored intrusion into private freedoms turns citizens into obedient subjects and gravely undermines the rule of law. Under the heading Decline of Electoral Democracy, the report notes that the growing authoritarianism in Pakistan was most clearly visible in the results of the 2024 elections. Security agencies used the powers granted under the Official Secrets Act to interfere in the electoral process and ensure the return of the previous ruling party, Pakistan Muslim League, Nawaz, and the Sharif family. According to the report, the target of the powers granted under the Official Secrets Act was not an external threat, but Pakistan Tehreek-e-Insaf or PTI. The Election Commission disqualified Imran Khan, banned him from being aired on television, banned taking his name, reporting about him, or covering his party. PTI, Imran Khan's party, was stripped of its election symbol, and its members were charged under terrorism laws. Those who held press conferences to announce separation from PTI or withdrawal from politics were released and cleared of charges. PTI's electoral symbol was later officially revoked. Justice Qazi Faiz Issa, who was then Chief Justice of Pakistan, played a role in this. PTI and Imran Khan did not receive a hearing in the Supreme Court. Later, PTI candidates were given different symbols in the elections. Their original election symbol was taken to eliminate PTI's narrative and symbolic campaign. After polling, there was a clear discrepancy between Form 45 and Form 47 results. Candidates who were winning by night, according to results, were made to lose by morning, with similar margins. A senior government officer even admitted to rigging and resigned. These irregularities reveal that the 2024 elections were extremely non-transparent, which further weakened democracy. According to Harvard International Review, keeping PTI and Imran Khan out of the electoral and democratic process was equivalent to endorsing dictatorship. The country is now on a path where arbitrary laws are being made for state power, and judicial independence has effectively been eliminated. Under this heading, the Harvard International Review report states that judicial independence is a fundamental feature of democratic states, but through the 26th Amendment, Parliament has stripped the judiciary of its autonomy and independence. The appointment of the Chief Justice is no longer based on seniority, but is now made by members of Parliament and the executive. This has damaged the principle of separation of powers, and judges are now incentivized to please the government instead of making appointments on merit. The process of appointing the Chief Justice has been politicized, and the judiciary is now fully under government control. Although legal bodies such as the All Pakistan Lawyers Action Committee have tried to raise awareness on this issue, their voices have not been heard. Similarly, efforts by the international community and US lawmakers to improve democratic principles in Pakistan have so far failed. The Official Secrets Act, the 26th Constitutional Amendment, and the 2024 elections can all be presented as prime examples of repressive authoritarian actions. Through its legislation over the past 3 years, the government has put citizens' rights at risk for decades to come. If Imran Khan is not released, and if the institutions and democracy are not restored, then the process of tilting toward authoritarianism in Pakistan is likely to continue. This is what has been written in a detailed article published by the Harvard International Review, and such articles matter. On the other hand, the ongoing visit to the United States by General Asim Munir is taking place under very tense circumstances, and it is becoming increasingly controversial and pressurized. The United States and Israel have already launched a brutal attack on Iran, assassinating its entire military leadership, including Iran's army chief, nuclear scientists, and key nuclear authorities. This has greatly complicated the regional situation. In light of these developments, the demand that will be made of General Asim Munir will be nothing short of do more. The Harvard International Review article and report I referred to earlier clearly reveal that the narrative constructed by ISPR, Maryam Nawaz, and the PMLN regime, whether it's the May 9th events, the February 8th, 2024 election rigging, the unconstitutional 26th Amendment, or the Official Secrets Act, the restrictions on media, or the control over the judiciary, is being viewed in a completely opposite light by the intellectual community. They do not see it through the lens of this fake fascist regime, nor do they accept how it's being forcibly imposed. This creates immense pressure in the power corridors of Washington, and General Asim Munir will remain under that pressure. And this visit is taking place at a time when overseas Pakistanis have already announced protests. And within the American power structure, many reject General Munir's model of governance. But since the United States acts according to its interests, it will try to exploit General Munir's weakness to the fullest, extracting as much as possible, all for American interests. This in turn will prove to be dangerous for Pakistan and its national interests. Historically, when individuals alone make decisions, whether it was General Zia, General Musharraf, General Yahya, or General Ayub Khan, the entire nation and future generations pay the price. Decisions made in drawing rooms lack collective wisdom, public consultation, and broader vision. Instead, they revolve around personal interests. And when it's already known that the Field Marshal has a personal political agenda that he wishes to enforce, then whoever he meets will already know his political agenda is his weakness, and also a weak point for his survival. Thus, he will be exploited, used to the maximum, and ultimately discarded like a tissue paper. This is the current situation. Let's now see whether our Field Marshal, by looking back at history and by studying the lives of great figures and his predecessors, can learn any lessons. That wraps up our translation of Sabir Shakir's video. I hope this English version helped you understand his message better. Please like, share and subscribe to Awami Lens to help our community grow. Don't forget to leave a comment below and let me know what you thought of this effort.